welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another edition of the OSC Season 12 Championship Upper Bracket Round 1. I'm, of course, your live VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in the chat, by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all, to the beginning of the end. Of course, we were covering the OSC qualifiers or the challenger brackets over the past couple of weeks. They have since concluded. Now we are here to begin the main event. Oh boy, oh my god, again, the event is stacked, the event is insane. We have a massive bracket coming up ahead of us, and we are here to kick things off. Now, as a reminder, this is a replay cast. These events, or these matches were played ahead of time. The matches were then submitted, and then we are here to cover them all. As again, when it comes to the matches themselves, there's a lot of matches. So instead of having them played out live, they're all played out ahead of time and then submitted to Eddie. Eddie, of course, he is the organizer, he is the admin, he's the owner of OSC, and then we have the replays for you here for you tonight. Let's go. Let us go. We can switch our teams over here and catch up on the matches ahead of us. We have 4 best of 5s. We have 4 best of 5s here. Again, best of 5. Bear that in mind. That's crazy. It's going to be some long series. I mean, potentially, as we have our lineup here ahead of us, we have our initial TvP. We kick things off with Cure versus Creator in that Terran versus Protoss. We have Hornwarner versus Shameless in another TvP, followed by Wayne versus Classic and Young Yakov versus Skillus. Oh my god. I always enjoy seeing the foreigners go up against the Koreans, especially considering how informed some of these players are. Players like Wayne, players like Young Yakov, and players like Skillus as well. So I do look forward to seeing them all face off against each other. Likewise, I haven't casted Hornwarner in SC2 in quite some time, so I'm curious to see how he compares to Shameless in that second series. And of course, we have the banger of the TvP ahead of us here with Cure versus Creator. We've been casting a lot of TvPs as of late. I mean, again, I'm still recalling yesterday with the Lima League, for example, we cast like, what, 6 TvPs? it was crazy. Unironically, 6 TvPs in one tournament. It was just insane, the amount of Terran Protosses that we did cast over the past couple of days, but it continues. At least only for a little bit longer. Just 2 more. Jeez. So these are the best of 5s ahead of us. We do have day 2's broadcast tomorrow as well. So we have day 1 today. We have day 2 tomorrow as well. We are catching up with the OSC Season 12 Championship. Also, to quickly go over, you may be wondering, what is the Season Championship? What is going on? Well, the event... the event is, of course, the final, or I should say, it's kind of like the championship, the World Championship of online tournaments here, of online events. Oh, as we go. Okay. As we are going to be settling in, and we're going to be getting ready for our first series. But yes, this is the end of year championship for online tournaments. Throughout the course of the year, throughout the course of 2024, all these online events have been handing out points, of course. Players have been accumulating points over the course of the year, and it has all led into this end of year finals. I mean, sure, we're technically we're in 2025, but we're still in January. This is all for the year of 2024, and we're here to find out the best player of online events. Let's go, Papi, let's go. Because of that, there are certain players that are missing. For example, players like Maru, players like Cyril, players like Rainer. They don't really compete too often or at all in online tournaments, so they won't be a part of this. But we have the heavy hitters like Björn, like Dark, like Max Pax, like Hero, Solar as well, and many others, all facing off in this tournament. For now, though, we are going to be diving in, and we have our first series of the night. We're going to be jumping into Cure versus Creator in the TvP. Let's go. Let us go. Game 1 is going to be on King's Cove. Also, hello in the chat. I see Dice Snitzel. I see Mr. Snitzel in the chat. MW as well. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están? As here we go, we are diving into our first best of 5, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of King's Cove, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing himself. It is Creator. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. we go. The TvPs, they don't stop. They never stop. Hi. So many TvPs this week. So many. And they're not gonna stop. It's fine. But for the most part, I'm excited. I'm excited here to see how these two compare. For those that are curious, Cure did face off against Hero yesterday in a Lima League. They did face off in the grand finals. It was a banger of an event of a best of 5, and we'll see how he compares to Creator. Likewise, Creator also competed in Lima League, but if you recall, Creator, he went up against Hero. He went up against Hero in a PvP instead, so now we're able to see the prowess of Creator's Protoss versus Terran instead. For now, he's going to be scouting. He does check for proxy locations here at the third base location before moving out across the map. Does check the high ground location as well to make sure there is no shenanigans going on from the side of Cure before scouting across the map. Here we go. As the probe does move out, likewise, Creator back at home, just going for his own setup here, just gate and decide to go into expansion, and welcome one and all to King's Cove. King's Cove, of course, is one of the, I would say, larger maps. One of the larger maps in the map pool here, very defendable on 3 bases as well. The rush distance by ground is quite long, so because that aggression is going to be delayed, or it is going to be hindered on a map like King's Cove, not impossible to pull off, but again, the map does work against you when being hyper aggressive here. So we could see the mid game, we could see our players just settle in, calm things down in game 1, and embrace a longer later game, and kind of test the waters here, test each other out before really embracing any more insane, intense, aggressive shenanigans in the rest of the series. We shall see. Likewise, economic opener. Ranks a single gas into an expansion here from Cure, so economic opener from our Terran player. Likewise, standard opener out of Creator, and we're getting to our tech of choice. I wouldn't be opposed to a Stargate opener here on King's Cove, but Creator, he usually has a certain style that he does enjoy, and he's very much so Twilight Council centric and Twilight Council focused. So we'll see if he does deviate or if he goes for a Twilight Council once again. Speaking of, yep, there it is. Twilight Council on the way for Creator, working towards a blink. Reaper dips in and is going to be zoned away. Creator's able to maintain himself. Now with this, it should be a blink based opener. Technically, there are some niche builds where you go into like a DT based opener or charge into an all-in, for example. Those are technically they exist as builds. Ooh, as one probe goes down, the Reaper gets punished though, and oh no, doesn't quite fall, does get away in time. Whew. Clutch moves there out of Cure, does escape. So he gets a scout, gets a probe, does get away. Did he scout though? Actually, no, he did not. He did not get eyes on the tech, not yet. So Cure is still in the dark, but did get a worker kill as it does rotate around, and we'll see how many gateways Creator does throw down. I'm expecting something like a 3-gate safe opener into a third base, but because of the size of King's Cove, it is very much so viable and relatively safe to just go 2-gate blink into a third. Meanwhile, back at home, Cure getting to his own 1-1-1 setup here. Widowmine production has begun. Looks like he's getting ready for a Widowmine drop, as he is securing himself back at home. Meanwhile, we have the gateway count. 2 more gates on the way. It's going to be 3-gate blink. 3-gate blink stalkers out of Creator, so it is very safe play from the Protoss. He could have tried to have gone for a faster third, but he's going to be delaying his third base in favor of just a more secure setup here. Extra gateways, extra stalkers, just to make sure he doesn't sustain too many losses. As Hellion does move out. Does move out towards the natural. So far, Creator, he is keeping up. Likewise, Q moving out with his own Widowmine drop, as you did mention. 2 Widowmines, medevac. The goal here is mainly for scouting information. He doesn't really look to get any economic damage. Just scouting more than anything. And here comes the third base of Creator. Again, just 3-gate blink into the third. Safe play here by Creator. He has 4 stalkers in the natural. He's ready. And Cure, he has to be careful with how he commits. Heads towards the natural. Boosts in. And does commit. Does commit to the drop. Creator, he pulls away. Mine just going off, getting 2 probes, but the Widowmines are going to be cleaned up, and Cure, he has to pull back. Likewise, Cure, he does get a scout, who does create an opening, and Hellion dives into the mineral line. Doesn't get a worker, but does scout the Twilight Council. Ooh, sees that researching as well. I mean, it's the way the blink is already done, and this is not for blink, it is for charge. So Creator, instead of going blink stalker into a robo, into a bay, into Colossus, he's going blink stalker into a gateway heavy composition with charge lots. So blink into charge into delayed splash damage. We'll see if he can get away with it. Likewise, Kira back at home, just getting to his 3-rack setup. Raven harassed towards the third base. Likewise, no major forms of regression here. Should just be slowly getting ready for a third expansion once his upgrades finish up. For the time being, Kira's going to be stuck at home, waiting for upgrades like Stim, Combat Shields, +1. Observer confirms, nothing crazy going on. Raven slipping into the main. Oh. Gets a bird, gets 2. 2 more birds go down. Raven survives. Nice damage here by Cure. Nothing major, but just some nice damage nonetheless. On top of that, I believe the Raven saw the gateway explosion. He saw some of the gateways. Some extra gateways on the way. We do see more, of course. Still no extra gases here for Creator. Still early on 3. Does have the Robo getting into Immortal production. And the Prism moves out. Now, the goal of this War Prism, I believe, should be for Zealot harass into the main. Ideally, you don't want to go in straight away. Ideally, you want to wait for Q to be active. Remember, there's an Observer here outside of the bases. The Observer does get eyes on the main army, and as he sees the move out, then Creator moves in. Okay, he does spot the main army. Here comes the Warp in. Oh, Creator supply block. That's brutal. That's brutal. We have 2-3 pylons on the way. This is insane. These mistakes should not be happening. That supply block is gonna actually really stifle this drop, this harass. Only 2 zealots. There should have been so much more. There should have been 4 zealots and then a warp in. 4 pylons on the way. Here he is pushing. Zealots, they don't really get much done. Again, there's only 2. There's the warp in. The warp in is denied. Yeah. Again, this drop had so much potential. It was so well timed. And now here comes Cure diving on in. The tanks are exposed. He gets 1. He gets both tanks. Nice force fields locking down the army. But does he have enough zealots? It looks like he does. Whew. Creator holds. Creator, he does hold, but he could have done so much more. Could have held and attacked. With that, Cure's main army does get shut down. Creator getting a 4th base. Now we can take a moment to breathe. Take a moment here. Getting into Colossus. Extendable Lance, +1. Players are settling in. Creator rotating over towards the natural. But now Cure, he knows that there's a prism that's going to be threatening him. There's a Widowmine here tucked away in the main. 3rd base not being taken, and we're headed towards a longer game state. As we mentioned, here on King's Cove, the mid-game and into a later game state is a lot more common. A lot more common here. As the drop does slip in. So they're going to be dropped off at least somewhat. Oh. As the Raven does go down. Does snipe the Raven. Oh, Prism gets caught out. Massive pickup. Fury does send his army across the map. Oh, look to push in. Nice force fields here out of Creator. I mean, a good initial engage here, just slicing up the army in half. And a bunch of supply just doesn't really add much to the fight. Do we have more force fields though? The answer is no. Yeah, we're running out of force fields. And Curie stepping in, takes down the Zealots. Can he get on top of the Colossus? Not quite, but the Viking going ham. Viking does go down. Colossus doing what they can, but we're running out of buffer, running out of supports. Yeah, Curie stims in, he breaks through the defensive line, takes out the Immortals, the Colossus. He wants that final Colossus, he won't get it though. Won't quite get it. Creator, he barely holds on, takes down the Medivacs. Very nice pickups towards the end. Whew, and he holds. He barely holds on, but Curie, he has momentum on his side. Again, those are some brutal losses for Creator, and he needs more time. Does need more time as Curie just rallies everything across the map. Again, the rallies take a long time to get across. But the Colossus taking a lot of damage. Does survive. Oh no, the Viking. Viking dips in. Ooh, gets one more shot off. Doesn't quite get the Colossus. Creator, he's holding. He's barely holding on, saturating his 4th base. Behind this, 2nd Robo's on the way. That should be for disruptors. And Creator survives. And I'll be honest, if this was on a smaller map, a map like Whistles of Gold, or Ley Lines, or Ultra Love as well, I think Creator gets broken. I think he gets broken then and there. But again, Cure, he just could not reinforce fast enough. Across map, DT harass. Cure, he does keep up. Does maintain himself. 4 CC is thrown down. And now we're forced into a longer game state. We have Ghost production underway, Viking production as well. 2-2 has begun. Creator, he has yet to rebuild that War Prism. As Curie is looking for the Observer barely out of vision, out of range. Once again, these Zealot Rumbai is a little bit lackluster. Ideally, you do want to wait for the army to move out. And Cure is now expanding. It is now expanding, taking his 4th. So Creator trying to poke in, but Curie's establishing himself. Oh, Stalker's going for the medevac. They don't quite get it. Behind this, you do see Cure making 2 disruptors at a time. So Creator even is pumping out those disruptors. Shadow Stride on the way. Let's go. Going for the DTs, calming things down, getting a 5th base, and we are headed towards a longer game state here. We made it, which again is what we expect on King's Cove. Ooh. So once again, medevac survives. We can see the Creator is set up for some run-bys. He has Zealots on the left, Zealots on the right. I believe some DTs are spread out as well. Yeah. Dark Templar just whirling out on the map. And it looks like we shouldn't really be seeing him move out until the army's maxed out. And both armies will max. When it comes to the overall compositions here, I think I am going to be favoring Creator. I mean, he has a lot of potential with these disruptors, with the Purification Novas. And Cure has yet to embrace Liberators. Not yet. Another CC on the way. Curie does finish a 2nd starport. With this, is making Massive Viking, but we should be seeing soon a Fusion Core, Lib Range, and Liberator production as well. We should soon be getting there, as Cure is maxing out. So now would be the time to tech. Here we go. As Curie, he is pushing through the center. Behind this, Creator starts a Stargate. This should be for a Fleet Beacon and for a Mothership. Creator is not there yet. As Cure pushes through the center, he is vulnerable here to these Zealot Rumbais. For the time being, we're focusing on the main armies. Oh! Oh, nice Nova! Takes down 2 Ghosts. 2 Ghosts go down. Oh, getting a Marauder. Massive EMP is going to be going off though. Oh my god, the Novas are pretty good. Yeah, they connect, they shut down the Ghosts. Massive connections, but the Vikings are overwhelmed. The Vikings take down every single Colossus. Colossus do fall. And Creator is up against the wall here. The Novas have been good, but is it enough? It looks like it barely is. Saves 3 disruptors. Zealot DT Warpins do reinforce. And with that Creator hold, he shuts down the army. He takes down the medevacs. Full medevac as well. Oh my god. Creator, calm down. Takes down the medevac. Shuts down the army. Fusion Core just now finishing up. Liberators are delayed. And Creator, he has momentum. He's chasing down Cure. Takes down medevac after medevac. Takes down 3 of them. There's 2 left. Going for the Marauders. Does reinforce. Novas are ready. And Cure, he's barely holding. I mean, he doesn't really have much left over. Yeah, going for the mineral lines, zoning away the main army. And this is what's left here for Cure. 0 medevacs, no ghosts, no Widow Mines. GG gets called, and Creator takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Creator, he does take a lead in the series here. And again, Cure, he took so many Novas to the face. Like, when it came to that final engagement, despite the MPs being good, the Novas were better. We saw, what, like 3 or 4 Novas connect? It was crazy to see them get juicy connections on the Bio army, on the Ghost army as well. With that, Cure, his army just crumbled, it just toppled over. And with that, Creator takes a lead. Here we go. So again, very nice unit control here out of Creator. And with that, I mean, I do think that a lot of this map, a lot of how King's Cove played out was also the size of the map as well. As we mentioned earlier, I do stand by saying that Kier, when it came to his first move, that he almost broke Creator then and there. Like, he almost broke him, he almost brought him down, but reinforcements took a long time to get across the map, and Creator was able to survive the early pushes to get into that longer game state where he thrived. Now we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, leading the series 1-0. It is Creator. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Terran player representing Team Liquid down in the series, but it's a best of 5. Plenty of games ahead of us. It is Cure. Here we go. Right, like I should have gone for Libs. I mean, Cure, he was taking into Liberators at the end, but you could argue that his tech was late. I would say, though, it did feel like Cure got impatient. I was emphasizing the Novas connecting earlier when it came to the big fight, and we saw some big Nova connections, but a part of that, one, was Creator's unit control, true, when it came to the Purification Novas, but another part was kind of the almost, it was almost the movement here of Cure, the, again, the exasperation to dive in and to commit and to fight. And again, maybe Curie got a little bit too excited, maybe got a little bit too impatient, especially when you're pushing into an army with disruptors. You want to take it slow, because if you don't, then it's difficult to really push through a line of Novas, of those Purification Novas, and break through that. That's when mistakes can happen. That's when Novas can pop off. So maybe just some impatience out of Cure towards the end. And with that, GG. GG, well played. I think I understand where the impatience came from, though, because, again, it did feel like Cure almost broke Creator earlier, so he probably felt like, oh, like he was so close to killing Creator that he could pull it off with a second wave, and he should be able to break through, but, I mean, clearly that didn't happen, right? Clearly, you know, he got the better of himself there, and Creator takes the win. With that, we can settle into game number 2, and now we're going to be loading into a much smaller map. You know, winding it back here, King's Cove, much larger map in the map pool. It leads towards longer later game states, you know, the mid game, the late game. Here on Ultra Love, it is similar but different. What do I mean by that? The map is smaller. The map is smaller, so if we were to be aggressive, if Cure were to be committed like he was previously, he will hit harder, he will hit stronger, he will hit faster as well. The downside, of course, is that there's a lot of choke points. There's a lot of choke points here on Ultra Love. We have choke points coming to the third base locations. Likewise, very narrow bridges here towards the center, points of elevation as well, narrow ramps. It can be quite difficult if your opponent has a semblance of map presence and map control to break through these positions here and to actually engage with the main armies. With the main bases, I mean. So we do see that kind of dynamic here on Ultra Love, where yes, it is a small map, but at a certain point, once you get up to a 4-base saturation, once you get into some proper main armies and some map vision, map presence, map control, then we have like long games. We have like 40-minute games here on Ultra Love. Not uncommon to cut the map in half and to max out. Oh, hello. Creator. Welcome. As this time we have our tech of choice. As a reminder, okay, I was getting ahead of myself. Do you have another Twilight accounts open now? Last game we saw a 3-gate blink. We saw 3-gate blink Stalkers out of Creator going for a very safe build into a later third base. Here, we're doing the same. 2-gate. Oh no, never mind. Let's go. Here we're doing something different. 3 gates on the way, 1 is already done. This is 4-gate Blink Stalker. This time Creator's being the aggressor, but Cure, he scouts. He does see everything. Massive moment here for Cure. The Hellion should not have gone into the main. And Cure, he sees all the gateways. Sees the gateways here in the main, in the natural as well. Cure knows. Cure, he is aware. And I'm not so sure about this, as Cure, he is rallying across the map. Oh my god, he's going for his own aggressive build. He's rushing into Cyclones, rushing into a Liberator as well. Cure, he is pushing out. But considering the gateway count here of Creator, this I'm less certain of. The army gets spotted. Creator, he has to be active. Remember, these are vanilla Marines. No stim. No stim on these Marines. It's going to be on Creator to slow this down, to pick away at the Marine count already. He gets 1. 1 Marine goes down. 2 Marines go down. Good pickoffs already. Cure boosting in towards the main. Does boost past. More Stalkers are warping in. And the Creator, he doesn't quite get eyes on this. Going for the mineral line. Probes are going to be going down. He gets 1. 2 workers do fall, and the medevac is going to be keeping Creator pinned in his main base. Creator, this build, he wanted to be aggressive, he wanted to move out across the map with his War Prism, but this drop is keeping supply at home. So this is delaying Creator. Likewise, again, remember, Cure, he saw everything he needed to back at home when he tanks. We have 1 tank of the natural, bunker as well, full wall off, here towards the main base. Oh, much more exposed. But there is a tank on the way. Again, Cure, he needs a couple of seconds for that tank. Tank production was delayed because of the cyclone. And the tank is about to pop. Ooh. Just in time. Creator, he pokes in, Tanks is within range, and again, if this had arrived, what, even 5 seconds sooner, potentially this tank goes down. And the big reason for this delay was the medevac, was the drop. So far, so good for Cure. Stalker drop towards the third, sorry, towards the natural, towards the mineral line. What I mean by third base is that Creator, he is taking a third back at home. As probes are going down, 4 probe kills on the lib. Ay. Yeah, late reaction from Creator. Losing a Stalker as well. Okay. Cure, he's hunting for the prism. Doesn't find it. Whew. Doesn't come across it. Likewise, drop into the main. Waiting for the lock on. The Stalker is going to be focused down. There's the NG overcharge though. Medevac falls. Nice cleanup. Yeah, very nice cleanup here from a Creator. Shuts down the army. We'll lose 1, 2 probes in the process. Will be cleaned up. So Creator, he defends well. Likewise, poking in. Wants the bunker. He will get it. Bunker goes down. Doesn't lose any Stalkers. Nice moves here by Creator. He pulls away, getting his third base up and running. Going to be reinforcing across the map. Now that the medevac has been dealt with, Creator, he can focus on this push. He can focus on containing his opponent, I should say. As Creator, he should not be pushing into these bases. He should just be containing, poking in, shouldn't commit. Drop towards the main. Cure, he's breaking out. A little bit of miscontrol here by Creator, a little bit inattentive. 1 Stalker goes down, but he drops into the main. And will deny mining. Oh, he blinks in. He's crazy. Losing a Stalker. I don't think he quite expected the tank to be there. Likewise, Cure, he does want to push. Oh, catching a Stalker. 1 Stalker goes down. Cure dropping in towards the main. And Creator not quite in position. He does rotate, but he misses the medevacs. Yeah, he barely does miss the medevacs. They do slip by. Yeah, towards the main, stimming in. Going for the shield battery. Do we have a recall? No recall available. The main base, it may just go down. Yeah, sustaining a lot of hull damage, and Cure, he might just commit, and he will. The Nexus does fall. Creator just called completely out of position. He will clean this up. At the same time, here comes Cure towards the third, and he's being pulled apart. And again, imagine if Creator had called those medevacs. He was just a couple of seconds too late. Barely missed it. And with that, he's losing everything. Losing the main base, losing the third as well. Creator trying to dive in. Tank volley's going up. And he just cannot keep up. Too many losses too quickly here as Cure, he breaks through massive storms. Oh my, he stands in the storms. Despite that, doesn't matter. GG gets called, and Cure ties up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. Here we go. GG, well played. We're tied up. We're going to game 3. We're going to game 3 here. I mean, it's a best of 5 regardless, but do have a back and forth here. And again, I did feel like Creator, he was just, in a way, a couple of seconds too late in multiple different ways. If you recall, when it came to the initial 4-gate to Blink Stalker, he was unable to really hit his timing. If you recall, he wasn't able to punish the lack of tanks of his opponent. He was a couple of seconds too late. Likewise, he barely missed the drop into the main as well, and that was the beginning of the end. If it wasn't for that, we probably would have seen a back and forth and a longer game there, but Creator, who was just pulled left, pulled right, pulled apart. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 3. We're going to be loading into ley lines. Let's go. Let us go. As morning, in the bottom left-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing, being forced into a tied-up series here. We'll see if he can gain momentum and fight back and put a point on the board and take a lead in the series. It is a Creator. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid. He has momentum on his side, does tie up the series. It is a Cure. We go. So our players are settling in. And we'll see how our players do adjust. Again, we've seen different variations of Blink-based openers already by Creator. Game 1, we saw 3-gate Blink. Game 2, we saw 4-gate Blink. Game 3, how many gateways? How committed or how economic are we going to be? Welcome one and all to Ley Lines. Ley Lines has a similar rush distance by ground to Ultra Love, so a relatively standard rush distance, not too long, not too short, right down the middle when it comes to the current map pool. When it comes to how defendable this map is, less so than Ultra Love. There are some points of elevation, that is true. We have some narrow ramps coming in towards the 4th, coming in towards the 3rd base, so these are quite defendable, but again, it's mainly these ramps. The center of the map is a lot more open compared to Ultra Love. And we'll see if we can get there. We shall see. For now, economic opener. We have a rack single gas opener out of Cure going for a faster expansion, so economic start out of the Terran player. Likewise, Creator just going for a gate cyber expand as well. So standard openers, there's no crazy proxy, there's no early game aggression, there's no faster tech out of Cure. So far, so good. Now, I would imagine the Creator's going to be going for another Blink opener, but exactly how many gateways? Oh, hello. As Curie does get behind the mineral line, going for the bunker. And we'll see if this goes unscouted. Reaper is on the way. The goal here is to finish up the bunker, get behind the mineral line, and to delay mining for as long as possible. As Reaper is on the way. Creator, he does notice. He is trying to get onto the SCV, but the RNG is solid, and so far the SCV does get away, and the bunker will finish. The bunker will complete. Probe goes down. Stalker has arrived. Actually, can he deny the bunker? Oh no! What a bust! Ooh, he gets it. SCV goes down. No bunker. Very nicely done. Reaper dives into the main. Gets one probe. Gets 2 actually. 1 in the low ground. 1 in the high ground. 2 probes go down. And from here, Creator, he can cancel the shield battery. Alas, he lets it finish. Shield battery does complete. And with that Cure, he does deal some nice damage here. I mean, he lost an SCV, but he kills 2. Kills 2 probes. And he also forced this shield battery to complete, as otherwise it wouldn't really be necessary. The reason for the shield battery was just to deal with the bunker. If the bunker finishes, then there's repairs, and then of course there's more HP here on the Reaper as it is within the bunker, and it takes a lot for the Stalkers to break through, so we need that shield battery. Without the bunker, the shield battery is a waste. So some nice damage here by Cure. Behind this, Cure getting to his own 1-1-1 into additional Raxes. Stalkers, they get past the Widowmine. Just barely. And despite Cure attempting to delay mining time, Creator does the same. Gets across, forces back the SCVs. Stalkers are getting low, but there's the recall, and again some nice counter damage here by Creator. Denies mining time, gets 1 SCV. Behind this, setting up for a Widowmine drop. Once again, similar to the previous game where the Widowmine drop isn't really too committed. I say that's going to be a 3rd Widowmine on the way. Okay, there's potential. And the big reason for this is the lack of scouts. Okay. Widowmines are spreading out. Creator setting up. Oh my, he's crazy. Remember earlier how I was like, no, game 1 it was 3-gate Blink, game 2 was 4-gate Blink. Now we're probably just gonna calm things down. No. We double down instead. We go from 4 gates all the way up to 6. It's a 2-base all in. Jesus. How many gateways are we gonna see next game? Like what? Are we gonna go up to 8 gates next game? Calm down. So 2-base 6-gate all in. Drop is gonna be heading towards the natural, but again, it's just a Widowmine drop. Doesn't really have too much potential. As Creator, he does spot it, is in position, and Cure has no idea. He has no idea what's going on. He is waddling in and does spot the expansion. That tells Akira that he is safe at home when he is anything but. Oh boy. As Blink is finishing up, Stalkers are reinforcing. Ideally, Creator, he wants to wait for extra warp-ins. And what is there for him to defend? There's one tank on low ground, no bunker. Uh-oh. There's no bunker, there's a second tank on the way, but this tank is exposed. And remember, there's no stim. Adept does confirm. Creator scouting ahead of time, slipping into the main, distracting his opponent. Meanwhile, with Wedge up here towards the bases. Mine's just going off. Ooh, not bad, getting 4 probes. 2 in the main, 2 in the natural. 4 workers go down in total, but they're now cleaned up, and now Creator, he can focus on the push, he can focus on the attack. And remember, it was a fake third. He cancels the third base. It is a 2-base all-in, and Curie's being caught with his pants down. He has no idea what's going on. For all he knows, you know, we're expanding, we're macroing, we're making probes, anything but. But is Creator taking too long? Okay, there's one tank stuck in the main. This tank is not going to help. And again, no bunker. There's no bunker here. There's no defensive setup. But Stim is now done. Has Creator taken too long? He's going to bait out the tank shot. At least he tries to. Takes down the tank. Stim is done. Reinforcers, they rotate over. Boys are being pulled. Can Cure hold on as Stalkers are falling? But he dives on the second tank. Oh, dives on the medevac, actually. Takes some extra tank shots to the face. A lot of Stalkers are going down. Some rough trades here for Creator. As he's running out of steam. No shot. Focusing down the medevac was a bold move. I think it was a misclick, actually, initially. As he took extra tank shots to the face. And wow, Cure holds. Cure holds, and Creator, he's in a rough position here. This had to end the game. And again, for Creator to focus on that medevac instead of the tank, like, I don't think that was intentional. And likewise, Stim is now done. More buyers building up. Creator, he could have done it. He had potential, but dives on the tank, but now they're Marauders. The Marauders, they punish this so hard. And Cure, he's going to take it. Shuts down the army. Barely anything left. A handful of slow lots. GG gets called. And Cure, he takes game number 3, taking a lead in the series. GG. My heart goes out to Creator, right? Like, he had played that so well. And in the lead up, I should say, in the lead up to the all-in, he'd played it so well, hiding the all-in and catching Cure off guard. It did feel like his move out was delayed. I'm pretty sure ideally with that all-in you want to hit before Stim. But regardless, even with that initial dive focusing down the tank, it was unfortunate that Cure was already rotating to the low ground. His tank was unsieged, moving down. And again, the focus firing on the medevac instead of the tank was also a bold move here from a Creator. I think it was a misclick just because, if you remember, I think he sent one volley to the medevac, and then the second volley was to the tank. So he kind of left the medevac alive. And then he had another volley towards the medevac as well, like it's So just a rough execution there, and with that, GG. GG, well played. Cure, he survives, and with that, Cure takes a lead. And Cure, he is 1 game away from advancing on into the next round. Now, as a reminder, here in the OSC Season 12 Championship, we're currently in the upper brackets. What does that mean? That means there is a lower bracket. There is a safety net. So regardless of who wins and who loses, they will still have another chance to continue their run in that lower bracket. It is brutal, as of course you have no safety net anymore. You know, you have no second life, but you still have a chance to recover, to redeem yourself. As we're getting into our next game. Tank got 2 extra shots. Yeah, that's what I'm alluding to. Like the fact that the focus firing was on the medevac. What that means is that, of course, the tanks got extra volleys, more than they should have. That was the purpose of me bringing it up. But here we go. We're getting into our next game. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, down in this series, up against the wall. He has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. It is a Creator. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid. 1 game away from advancing on into the next round. It is Cure. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo está? Shout out, oh my god, wait, proxy. But shout out Lazy Tobin in the chat, so I think there's no brutal supply block before the attack. If that's the case, I didn't notice, so my apologies. But that would have made sense as to why the attack hit a little bit later and why the extra tank had arrived as well and was moving down to the low ground. So potentially also supply block, which delayed the push, which also is brutal. Smurge, baby, smurge. As creator, he kicks things off with a proxy. Now, this is not an all-in, but this is designed to punish an economic build. Speaking of, do you see what I see? One gas geyser. Okay. So what's happening here is that Cure, he's going for one gas into an expand on the low ground. Because the CC is going to be on the low ground, the factory is going to be delayed. There's going to be minimal use to defend, and the goal here for Creator is to move out across the map to reinforce with initial units, Zealot, Stalker, Adept. Speaking of, here comes the first Zealot to try to force a cancel on the CC and potentially get even more damage than that. Oh boy. Meanwhile, SCV's moving out across the map. There's a CC on the low ground for Cure. First Zealot's on the way. Now, the way this works, it should be a Zealot first here with the initial gateway. Should be a Stalker across the map and an Adept back at home. The Adept, the reason why you build it here with the gateway back at home is because it does have a shorter rush distance to get across the map. It can shade. It is faster as a unit. Here come the Stalkers, the Reaper Scouts. He confirms. Does confirm the gateway. He's aware of what's going on. But can he save the CC? As the command center is going to have a lot of progression. Second SCV moves down to low ground. Marine has arrived. Probe goes down. We'll see if Cure can hold. Throwing down the bunker. Bunker's on the way. Raider poking in. Delays the bunker. More boys being pulled. Again, scouting gives Cure just such a heads up to prepare like this. And he's going to save it. He's going to save the CC. Zealot's going to be focused down. One Marine goes down. Ooh, bunker is denied. But the CC, it's about to complete. Can he stop it? Up. Can he stop the CC? Oh my god, it's going to be close. And he barely does delay, but more boys are being pulled. Marine gets started down. And it should complete. Ooh, Reaper falls. The Reaper falls. Marines as well. And GG gets caught. He breaks through. The CC completes, but the bunker does not. And Creator, he snowballs out of control. Creator ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Typically, the way this plays out, this isn't necessarily supposed to end the game, but because Cure committed so hard, he pulled so many SCVs, and if you're pulling that many boys, you need to finish the bunker. You need to hold, you need to defend, you need to be able to secure yourself. If you don't, it's not worth it. If you don't, it's just not worth it. Cure, he put it all on the line. He was unable to save that bunker, though. He was unable to preserve his units with that. GG, well played. GG, well played. Creator snowballs out of control, and we are going all the way to game number 5. Oh my god. And really, that's all I wanted. Regardless of how this goes, we go all the way to the ace match. Best of luck to Cure, best of luck to Creator. Who's it going to be? Who will make it through? As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, tying up the series 2-2 and forcing the ace match. It is a Creator. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid, being forced into the ace match. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is a Cure. Oh, we're done being nice. He's like, you want to proxy me? No. I proxy you. Let's go. We have not just one, we have 2 SVs moving out across the map. It is going to be proxy 2 ranks Reaper. Let's go. I'm assuming Reaper here, as I believe, yeah, with 2 ranks, we shouldn't really be having the room here to go for proxy Marauder. Reapers are going to be on the way. We'll see, though, how this all comes together. So proxies are being thrown down. Gas is being taken back at home. Actually, we'll see. We shall see if Tech Labs are going to be thrown down alongside this. I mean, like, I'm getting deja vu. If you remember, I am Katowice last year, Hero versus Cure in the semifinals, sorry, in the quarterfinals. What was the semis? Quarterfinals. The deja vu. As Max is, yep, there it is. There are the tech labs. So it's going to be Proxy Marauder here. What I'm referring to, if you were watching at the time, was it on Golden Aura? Yeah, it was on Golden Aura. Kira versus Hero, where Hero got cheesed out of I Am Katowice with Proxy Marauder. It was a it was a dark time. I felt so bad for Hero. But here we go. The Marauders are on the way, as only one gas was taken. And we'll see how Creator handles this. And so far, Creator is in the dark. We have seen previously Creator scout the third base locations for proxies, but this time he is not. Just going for the initial sentry opener. Oh. Okay, so with this sentry-based opener, he will be able to go for hallucination scout across the map, but I am concerned here for his lack of army, lack of units here to defend. Here comes that hallucination. And the Marauders are banking up. And here we go. Marauders, they move out. Boys are being... Oh, we have some SCVs as well to help soak. Help tank. Okay, third Marauder has arrived. And Cure, he commits. And Creator is being caught with his pants down. He has no idea what's going on. Does have a robo on the way. Again, the natural is going to be forfeit. Pylon's going to go down. Here come the bunkers. And Creator is setting up on the high ground. Again, he doesn't want to try to save the low ground. Nice force field. He does catch one of the Marauders. Yeah, boys are being pulled. The first Marauder should go down. First Marauder gets caught. Again, very nice force field. Can he catch the other? He can! Oh my... Creator, calm down! Does shut them down. Very nice force fields. And with the help of these boys, the Marauders are getting picked up. Second Marauder goes down. Third Marauder as well. Is bidding out some probes, but Creator still has a worker lead. And again, like, losing the natural doesn't matter. He doesn't have to save the natural base. Doesn't have to save it. Just focusing on the high ground defense. Still has the Adepts. Immortals on the way. Oh, Creator, okay, he's gonna pull the boys. He wants to try to save the natural. Stalker goes down. Nice kiting here out of Cure. Takes down the probes. Second Stalker has arrived. Has a lot of workers falling. Again, I don't think we can save this. We shouldn't be trying here. Yeah, the base does fall, and we did lose a lot of probes and a Stalker in the process. A little bit unnecessarily. Nice force field once again. Like, this is how we want to fight. Catching out three Marauders. The Marauders get caught. And Creator is holding, but again, not the cleanest defense here by Creator. He was just getting a little bit too greedy earlier. Oh, and should we be active like this? This I'm not so sure about. Gets a Marauder. Gets one. Going for the other, but he's getting caught out here. Yeah, the Immortal's going to go down. The Creator, he overextends. We should not have been out here, papi. Ay. The Immortal goes down, and now there's nothing left. There's nothing. There's one Stalker. Again, we had some amazing fights here at the ramp, but again, Creator, he got too excited, moved down, lost a lot of workers, lost the Immortal. Back at home, Cure transitioning. Stim is on the way, combat shields, marine production has begun. Cure is walking back home, and now Creator doesn't really have any pushing power. And we'll see where Cure goes from here. Now, with this marine kind of follow-up here that Cure is going for, he could try to punish Creator if he tries to expand. He could just try to focus on the second wave. Otherwise, he could expand himself. There it is. CC is on the way. Cure is expanding. We're settling into a longer game state. And Cure, he will have the faster natural, of course. It's on Creator to recognize how safe he is. He needs to go for hallucination. He needs a hallucination scout to confirm that the army's back at home, and that should allow Creator to expand. Oh, he's going for an all-in. Never mind. War Prison's on the way. Third gateway. Creator, he's going for the counter all-in. But Cure, all he has to do is just chill. Just calm down. Stay in the main. Wait for his upgrades. Okay. Creator, he is expanding, thankfully. But he is going to be committing across the map. Did he finish the War Prism? Oh, he cancelled. Okay. Let's go. He had a War Prism in production. He cancels the War Prism. Which means We're macroing. Despite the chaotic start to the game, we're calming things down. We're getting into the mid-game, or trying to at least. Or at least taking our naturals. Now, as we get into this kind of game state, I do favor Cure. The reason why I favor him here is, look at the upgrades. He's got Stim, he's got Combat Shield, he's got Concussive Shell, and he's at that +1 as well. Like, his upgrades are looking very solid. Likewise, medevac production has begun as well, so he has a lot of potential with this army. Creator, less so. Creator, he is, for the most part, stuck at home. He doesn't really have a lot of mobility with this force either. So Cure can be active. And he will be. Just waiting for those medevacs. Medevacs have arrived. And now he can go for drop play. And it's going to be a tough defense here for Creator. Here come those medevacs, here come those drops. Creator repositioning. Now the Observer did spot the drop. He is aware. He's attempting to intercept. Best case scenario here for Creator. Can he get a full medevac? Boost is on cooldown. Oh, he gets one! He gets one full medevac. Massive pickup. Medevac goes down. Oh no! No, okay, there we go. He gets one and almost gets the other. Very nice catch here by Creator. Okay, we're in this. We are in this. Oh my god, you could see Creator holding his breath. He was like, just sneaking under the medevac. Let's go. Okay. We have a game. With that, this drop play does nothing. This drop play accomplishes nothing here for Cure. Back at home, he's building up, getting to more medevacs, getting to more drops. Oh my god. Evac goes off. Medevac should go down. With that, no more high ground vision. The prison takes a lot of hits. Took a lot of damage. Almost disastrous here for Creator. Playing with fire. But does take down the second medevac. Storm is on the way. We have 2 base versus 2 base. Third TC's in production here for Cure. Creator should soon be expanding, but again, he's still trying to stabilize. Still settling in. Medevac moving out. Now, as opposed to the previous drop, this one has not been spotted. There's no observer here towards the left-hand side. So Creator, he has not seen these Marines. Until now. He does respond in time. Does respond, attempting to expand. Cure is aware, as he saw the probe. And we're going for a storm drop. It's so... This prism is so low. The prism is so low. So risky here going for the drop. Let's go. Checking his High Templar. There's one Marine in position. Oh, he can commit. No. It was just one Marine. Doesn't test his luck. Creator, he backs off. Sees the Marine, is like, nah, man, I'm good. Doesn't want to risk it. I mean, I don't blame him. If the Prism had more HP, then maybe he would have gone for it. But again, it's just so risky. And it's just such a high value target as well. Meanwhile, do you have a full Marine drop into the main? Do you get a feedback? Now, the Marines, they do focus down so many pro. Oh my god! Yeah, Probe's going to be going down. Stalker as well. High Templar as well. Jeez, the High Templar barely does survive. Force use Storm defensively instead. Another feedback, which doesn't really get much done. A very successful drop here from Cure. Sniping a handful of workers. Cure behind this, now landing his third base. He's already got into ghost production. Built up a death bull of an army. That's a lot of marauders, a lot of widow mines, and some ghosts. In a head-on fight, I do favor Cure. I do think that a lot has to go Creator's way to take a fight. Basically, the storms. If Creator, if he can land the most perfect storms, then maybe he can hold on. It's going to have to be perfect storms and also the force fields. Like, if these force fields, if they can cut this army in half, and then he has to fight just half the army at a time, then Creator, he can survive. But even then, it's just such an overwhelming force. And high ground helps, the shield battery helps. Creator puffing up his chest here with those hallucinations. Storm here on some of the bio. It's okay. Feedbacks the Ghost. We need some better storms. As he's going up the ramp. Does push in. We get one storm up. Just the one. Colossus has arrived, but nah, it looks like Curi's going to be able to break through this. He sims in, he sims, and he wins. GG gets called. Cure, he will take the series 3-2, advancing on to the next round. GG. Whew. Oh my god, GG, well played. Very impressive play here by Cure. But a shout out to Creator because, mate, we went all the way to the ace match. We went all the way, and not gonna lie, part of me is thinking back on that game when Creator went for the 6k 2-base all-in, when he got supply blocked, when he, you know, misfired as well. Like, this could have gone either way. Is what I'm getting at. This could have gone either way. I can see this going the way of both Cure and Creator, so GG, well played. In the end, of course, Cure does take it, but I wish Creator the best of luck, because he's still in this tournament. He gets knocked down to lower bracket. It is not impossible to have a deep run from the lower bracket as well, so best of luck to Creator. Best of luck. Yeah. GG. GG, well played. And with that, that leads us into our second series of the night. The TvPs continue here. As up next, we have Honmono versus Shameless. Let's go.